Welcome Earth2 enthusiast, novice, and everyone in between. My name is Casey. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode where we are going to dive deep into Earth2. Now this episode is part of the series that I'm making specifically for newcomers or noobs to Earth2. I know we were all beginners at one point, and I know a lot of the content out there really isn't targeting beginners. It's a little bit more advanced. So I have a whole series. I want you to check it out. If you haven't seen it already, there's probably going to be a link popping up, and there'll definitely be a link at the end. I also want to make sure you're subscribed and you have those alert notifications on so you don't miss out on any of my future content. I release videos multiple times a week. I go live randomly, and I want to make sure that you catch every single moment of it, especially my live streams, so you have a chance to ask me a question in real time. Now, I typically only go live on my second channel, which is Intentional Being. So check out right now and make sure you're on the right channel. If you're on Meal Prep Biz 101, don't worry, that channel also gets some Earth2 information. It doesn't get all of it. It doesn't get it in real time. It's normally at least a day late, but you can subscribe to both channels and you can find Intentional Being. There's going to be a link to it in the show notes, and I suggest you check that out. Make sure you're subscribed and have the alerts on over there as well so you catch the live streams and all of the exclusive content that will only be on that channel. Speaking of links below and exclusive content, I also suggest that you check out one of the links that will take you to a contact form. Fill out that contact form and you will get up-to-date information even faster than I can get it out through my channel, because it'll basically just be an email. I don't have to record and edit and do any of that jazz to post something. You will get it faster than anybody else who is only looking at the channels. And I will also enter you into a chance to win not only me using your referral code when I make my purchases, but also free land giveaways that I do weekly. So daily purchases with your referral code, that's one of the potentials. The second potential is getting free land, which is going to be in the weekly raffle. And one of the guaranteed things, not even a potential, is the exclusive information that you will only get through the email list. Right now, if you fill out that contact form, you will get an autoresponder email that will take you to the cheapest salt mines that I was able to find on Earth2, as well as instructions on how to find not one, but 2 gold mines. So check out that form below. Also, if you find my information useful, please use my referral code. You'll be able to save 5%. I will get a kickback, and it really helps to support my channel and the efforts that I put into making this content available for you guys. But enough of that. Let's get into the question that is lurking above us all. How much should we invest into Earth2? First off, this isn't investment advice. I'm not a financial advisor or anybody certified to tell you how to invest your money. These are just the ways that I approach investments, and some people find it useful. It's also something that you might just be able to dismiss, but this is not financial advice. At the end of the day, you should never invest more than you can afford to lose. So I'm going to do something that's normally very annoying, and I'm going to answer your question with a question. How much should I invest into Earth2? Well, I've got a question for you. If you were to walk into a casino, walk up to a roulette table, and you were to bet on either red or black, what's the most amount of money that you'd be willing to put down on either red or black and just let the ball roll? If that amount of money is something that wouldn't hurt you, it wouldn't ruin your week, you're not playing with the rent, that's an amount that would be acceptable to put into Earth2, because at the end of the day, all investments have an inherent risk. We don't know where this is going to go. There's a lot of potential, but there's also been plenty of projects that have flopped. Nothing like this that I've ever seen. That's why I'm so optimistic and bullish on it. But at the end of the day, you never know what's going to happen, and there's always going to be something that's outside of your control, and there's never such thing as a sure thing. Another thing that I want to discuss is the fact that while some people are putting down a large chunk initially and just going to let it ride, there's another strategy where you can gradually buy in. You don't have to feel the pressure of putting down everything that you have to buy a property right now. While obviously the prices are going to be lower than they'll ever be in the future, probably, we can also assume things aren't going to immediately be unaffordable overnight. So if you want to gradually put money in each week or each month, I do see a lot of people who have allocated a certain amount of their budget to go towards their Earth2 investment. Don't feel the need to rush anything with investments. Always do your due diligence. Don't feel the need to put in more money than is comfortable. Don't feel the need to buy something without doing research and making sure that the price is fair, because there are some scams and some pumpers and all sorts of other stuff going on that you definitely want to look out for. Check out my video on scams to learn more information about that. But when you rush, especially with investments, that's when you normally make mistakes. If I had a New Year's resolution to stop smoking or stop drinking, something like that, even if it was just for a temporary period of time, one thing that I would probably do is to take that money that I'd otherwise be spending on whatever that vice is that I'm trying to stop, and I would take that money and I would invest it into something like Earth2. Not only would it make me feel like I'm making more progress, but it's also a great commitment device to make sure that you avoid smoking, especially when you start seeing your account in Earth2 grow. You're going to be more interested in allocating that money into the investment rather than feeling tempted to go buy that pack of cigarettes or a case of beer. It also feels like it doesn't cost you anything because that was money that was already kind of in your budget. You're just reallocating it into something that is way more positive and way less detrimental to your health. Maybe you're meal prepping and now the money that would have otherwise gone towards fast food and whatever else, that expenditure can now be converted again and reallocated into an investment. Again, this is a great commitment device where you're able to trade your time, improve your health, and take that money and put it into something that you feel is going to benefit you in the long term along with this new habit that you're forming. Again, that type of money feels less painful if you were to lose it. So worst case scenario, let's say you quit smoking, 6 months later, Earth2 ends up being, nothing, and it just fizzles out and your money's not worth anything. At least you've got 6 months of being smoke free and you had that commitment device that helped you stick to that, and it feels a lot less painful because you could look at it as like, well, I would have just wasted that money smoking or drinking or whatever that bad habit was that I was trying to break anyway. At least it's kind of like a break-even feeling. Not that I think this is going anywhere but up, but mitigating the exposure to risk is one of the important fundamentals of investing wisely. Maybe you started working from home and you're no longer spending as much money on gas. Maybe you stopped working out at the gym and now you're working out in your garage, and now that gym membership can also be attributed to Earth2. This is a great way to find money to invest without it actually costing you anything. And with the way things are going in Earth2, it doesn't seem like it'll take a substantial amount of money to see a great return on your investment. Now, in other episodes, I discuss more information that's going to be a little bit more in-depth and some strategies that are a little bit more advanced. But this, again, is part of the series that is for new people to Earth2, and I invite you to finish the rest of the series if you are new. Make sure you finish the series before you invest a dime into this. Please use my referral code if you found this information useful. Again, subscribe, alert, and check out my other videos on the channel, because as you become more familiar with Earth2, you'll be able to make smarter investments, come up with your own strategies, and kind of get a more tangible grasp of this virtual world and this amazing opportunity that is presenting itself. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you check out my other videos, and I look forward to helping you navigate Earth2.